Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm the Ranking Gamer. We are in our CK3 playthrough and we are half Dan, white shirt still. We are trying to form the Danelaw. Negotiations are ready to take place. However, we have been called in to a number of our allies' wars, most of them happening back across the North Sea in Scandinavia, and so it's our brother Jarl Sigurd, Snake in the Eye, whose current war we have joined as an ally. And as you can see from the bottom, he's not doing too well. He's currently in a battle, and that's not going particularly well. My army, currently split into two very uneven armies, are slightly further north, and we helped out our pal Harold Tanglehair of Vestfold. We helped him win his war. Now we need to really help Sigurd in his war. So let's get these, let's unpause, let's get these armies back together, grouped up, and let's head south. And what would be the best target to take? So I think that has already been taken with those hatched lines. We probably aren't going to get to this battle in time, but I think engaging their forces might work in our overall favour. So he's disappeared because we are too far out of range to see what's going on. Let's just have a quick look at what else we can do. We've got a dangerous faction. Okay, yeah. Well, if that happens, that war sparks as well. Yeah, they can send an ultimatum in 2 months, so that is probably going to spark quite soon. We are slightly above our domain limit. This also means we are losing a little bit of income. We could hold a grand tournament. No, we're not interested in that. That was a victory. Low control, yes, that's been handled. Okay, I think we're happy to just carry on, and let's at least start sieging down some provinces on behalf of our brother. And if the Jarl, oh yeah, Bagsek Eriksson heads up to challenges, we will face him. Okay. Measles, my poor son. Grave news reaches me. My son and heir, Siegfried, has fallen ill with measles. The future is uncertain. Death lingers closely by his bedside, yet all is not lost. Siegfried might survive should luck be on his side. Only the Norns will know his fate. So, let's have a quick look. We have other sons, so succession is not going to be an issue. However, we're ambitious, we're wrathful, we're callous, but that doesn't necessarily mean we don't care for our children. So therefore, I think let's send for a physician now. Why am I struggling to say that? The other option is, this is an enemy I cannot protect him from. We will search for a physician. Oh my life, the simplest of words. And we will see what comes back our way. So here we go. Measles, court physician. I was just going to I'm going to say doctor. Finally, my servants have found some people who might be fit to serve as court doctor. Either way, I feel I cannot afford to be picky now. Apparently, Ingridor is quite experienced. Yeah, she's got the lifestyle trait. She's a novice. and she's got 19 learning, so probably the better one of the two. Oh, they're both called Ingridor, so not helpful. She seems enthusiastic, and well, they're not too far apart, to be honest. Her aptitude is average, her aptitude is excellent, and there's a large difference between how much we're going to pay. But, well, I mean, she's only 27, so she could stick around for quite a number of years. I think we're going to go for the lower option of the two. I still think she's a good doctor, but we'll take her. She will join our court. We lose the money. Has that been taken already? I'm not too sure. Well, maybe that wasn't taken by Jarl Sigurd. Oh god, there's a huge plague going on over here. We don't want to send our soldiers over there. Here's the revolt, the faction, to the cocky Jarl Halfdan. We have been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. No more. We are done paying you taxes. Once your coffers dry up and your larders are empty, you will wish you had treated us more fairly. Signed, leader Red Wolf of the Peasant Revolt. So I'm guessing he's Catholic Anglo-Saxon, House Exeter. House Exeter. That makes him sound like he's from the south of England, but anyway, sounds like they were the people who were there before we conquered, and we could either grant them a tax lien, we'd lose legitimacy, every county control level would drop, and they'd get increased autonomy. Never. A peasant's lot is to serve their lord, and I think that is certainly more in line with Halfdan's personality, and we'll crush this revolt back in our land, which might mean we have to abandon Jarl Sigurd to go take care of our own affairs, rally the troops. So we're still quite a way off that, so I don't even think it's worth continuing that. Sorry, Jarl Sigurd, we've got problems at home. I mean, the armies are not huge. In fact, they're really not huge. What kind of size army did they have? 1,600 they're saying at the moment. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, the defenders have got 1,800 soldiers. Kind of 200, 350, 550. I think if we split... Oh, we don't have a commander in charge, so let's put our son in charge there. Let's split it in half. Oop. Take this army, which I am now in charge of, and head back to sort this revolt out. So now we need to keep an eye on wars happening on both sides of the North Sea. Measles. Balanced humours. As I walked down the halls, I heard some muffled laugh. That voice, I am not used to hearing it so clear and bright. I pushed the half-open door, and there in front of me my son and heir, Siegfried, seemingly recovered from measles. My beloved son and heir is well once more. It's difficult not to shed a tear of joy. I mean, he kind of got over it quite easily. He's, was he putting it on? Anyway, wonderful news, heir be praised. And he's lost the measles trait. So, brilliant. Well done to, what's she called, Ingridor. Oh, that's quite handy. The peasant uprising has ended. It was no longer valid, and that is because he died. He passed from a sudden virulent disease camping with his army. Oh, well, I mean, sucks for you, but, so be it for us. Let's make sure we're paused. Can we stop the army heading out to sea? He's already committed to boarding his ship, so we're going to have to take the 5 gold hit, but bring him back onto land and see if we can start besieging another piece of Denmark for our brother. This siege is progressing quite nicely, and would you believe it, old Harold Tanglehairs got himself another fight. To the impressive Jarl Halfdan of Jorvik, I call on you to honour our alliance and join me in the Vestfold conquest of the chiefdom of Dal. 958 versus 844, it's very close. Look, our armies are more or less over here. We help our allies out. We will accept. I'm hoping that's not going to cause us too many more delays in getting our forces back to the mainland. I think the first siege is about to pop off. So there we go. We've taken a prisoner as well. Let's think about taking... where should we head up to? Up that way. Prisoners can be ransomed. Now, are those prisoners counting towards the war score? No, no war score from prisoners. So let's cash in and ransom those prisoners back. He probably doesn't have any more gold to be able to ransom the second prisoner we took. There's the enemy army coming in. It appears to be sieging. I mean, is he... who's the attacker here? Because this isn't your... so maybe they were defending. But it's Sigurd needs help with another wall. And so yes, we will accept that one as well. It's a volatile time period. It'd help if I unpaused. So let's keep our eye on that. It's progressing slowly. I think let's join our armies back together and see if we can't take out Jarl Bagsek's army. Once hopefully we have taken this 20 days. Okay, let's push the war score over 50%, and if we win the battle, which hopefully it's indicating we probably will, we can then try and get this war won as quick as possible to move on to the next one. So we completed the bastions and curtain walls in York, that's good. Okay, so now war score is at 100, so we just need Jarl Sigurd to press for a peace. And so who have we got in this war over here? It appears that our brother is on the other side, which isn't great. Brothers against brothers. And what's going on over here? These are all besieging each other. Oh dear. Can we get there in time? Let's have a go and see if we can help Jarl Harold Tanglehair. Okay, great. We won the war, led by Jarl Sigurd against Jarl Baxic. Fantastic. Let's move on to the next one. We have a plague, nearby plagues. This looks like it's back in England. Yeah, there it is. It is close to our border, but it's not in our realm yet, so that's not too bad. We got there just before that siege finished, and I think we captured the enemy, so that's pushed that war score to 100. So we won't ransom him. We've got another martial perk. Increase counter control progress plus by 20%. And we have issues with low counter control, so yes, we shall take that. And then, which potentially leaves one war remaining, and it's these guys down here. So let's send them down. Chances are even. Oof. I think that might be quite risky. So let's head our army to here. And if they want to come in and try and take the capital, they're going to have to come past us on this strait. Come on, push for peace. Yep. So Harold won that war. Fantastic. Do we have prisoners to ransom? Nope. Okay, so he has taken Skarn. And is he probably going to head up to try and take on Jarl Sigurd's army? So should I head that way as well? Try and head them off. There's another faction. Okay, so this might tell us what we're going to do over here in Scandinavia. So the brash Jarl Halfdan, we've been burdened with your oppressive laws again and again. I guess I forgot the tax lien. No. Peasants' lot is to serve their lord. Rally the troops. What's it looking like over here this time? Still about the same number of enemy rebels on that side. However, really can't risk splitting this up. Okay, I'm going back to sort out the rebellion. Maybe we'll get lucky again and they die from some horrific disease, which never pleasant, but certainly helps us out a little bit. There we go. Bizarre. That's happened again. Peasant uprising has ended. A sudden virulent disease. Well, okay. So be it. Again, thank you. This time, that's still in the balance. So, let's see if we can start besieging there. Oh, that does mean we're going to potentially end up having a battle which we don't necessarily want. They are going to set sail. They're gone. I'm going to go see if I can siege the capital and see if we can take any valuable prisoners. Quick cup of tea. An army goes into battle on a base on a cup of tea, so 6 months. They're going for Jarl Sigurd's army. He's abandoned the siege. He's one step ahead. Don't know whether they're going to catch him or not. Oh, no, he's still moving. You come down and join me, see if they'll come and challenge us. Yeah. Yeah, they've changed course now, so he obviously thinks together we're a bigger foe than we can handle. So we've got about a month. Oh, and he's got some more soldiers as well, which is interesting. Well, that worked out precisely as I wanted. So by besieging his capital, we have captured Jarl Van, oh, and his son, which, if Jarl Sigurd is on the ball, he can claim for peace. I'm not going to get involved in that battle because I don't want to lose soldiers unnecessarily. And finally, we've won the war, led by Jarl Sigurd, but basically won by us. So yes, be very thankful, brother. So be it. We can disband all, and if we head back, we've got a little notification. We can negotiate the Danelaw, which is exactly what our first goal was. Now, I'm definitely not going to hit on pause because another battle could, or another war could start that we get drawn in on. But let's have a quick look. We still have a dangerous faction. We are still above the domain limit. We can hold a grand tournament. And prisoners can still be ransomed. So that is quite useful because that's a potential 50 gold and hopefully another 10 gold. Lovely. Nobody complains about having too much gold. Lancaster could be one that we give away because if I want to have all the holdings within Jorvik, I think that's the 4 that it allows me. I've already given one away, Lancaster. So let's grant this to. Let's see. Sum of all skills. And he's already a vassal. Son, vassal. He's Anglo-Saxon. No. We want Norse. We want to change everybody to Norse. And we want everybody to change to our own religion. So that's taken all those out. That doesn't leave us with many because we've got Mares. He's already a vassal. Ubba, our half-brother, doesn't have any land. He's our marshal. So I think you can have Lancaster, brother Ubba. He becomes our vassal. Does he become a powerful vassal? Doesn't say so, but we will lose land if Ubba dies, because his primary heir is King Bjorn Ironside. However, he is married. She's 42. She's probably not going to have any more children. Oh, I wonder if that was a bad idea. Ubba, I might have to send you a concubine. So you might have some children which could inherit your land. That might be something I need to do there. I don't have enough concubines myself. Okay. I'll worry about that at a slightly later date. Who do we have? I mean, this is awful, isn't it? Oh, we've got a high chiefess, but I believe we've just ransomed her. She could have been offered as a concubine to my brother, but yes, I think we're going to get the gold for her. Okay, so here we go. Negotiate the Danelaw. Competition for land in England is fierce. and no one ruler has yet proved dominant. Yet there is a path no one has yet tried. Perhaps a devil's bargain could be struck. Effects. You ponder whether partitioning the realm might prove beneficial. You will be able to back out of this decision before confirming. We are independent, we have the highest titles of duchy, we meet all the requirements. Power now, unification later. I think that is a good idea. An unthinkable bargain. England is a difficult yet bounteous land. The winters are mild and the summers wet, a perfect place for colonists and warriors to prosper. Yet competition from other Nords and resistance from the remaining native polities grows fiercer every day. We are all of us scrabbling for a foothold, clawing out our own little fiefs and petty kingdoms, unable to gain true dominance. My foe, Petty King Ethelred, is foremost among my contenders for rule of the land. If he were to agree to partition the country rather than compete for it, there are few who could gainsay our combined might. There's Ethelred of Wessex. I think send a letter. The bargain is accepted. You and Petty King Ethelred divide the realm between you. The Danelaw and court. As king, you have new duties and responsibilities. You will now be expected to regularly hold court, solving the disputes of the realm and letting your courtiers take part in your daily routines. Mayor Ornander of Bridlington is looking sternly at me in a direct, almost lecturing way. Perhaps there is also some envy in his eyes. He starts to unfold a beautiful banner, one bearing the emblem of House Witzek. One of the ways in which the world will now judge your rule is by how you adorn and care for your royal court. I have taken the liberty to have this made as a gift to mark your beginning of your royal tenure. So I think we're going to get some dynasty banners, house banners, and let them see their new king. You will enter the royal court. So this is our royal court, and it's looking a bit sparse. It's got a lovely carpet, looks very nice. We've got a few people whispering in our ears. We've got a couple of people down here standing by the fire, and so we go to our court artifacts. Large wall ornament. The Witzek house banner gives us 0.04 prestige per month, court grandeur bonus +2, and glory hound vassals opinion +3, and that will last if we don't repair it at any stage for 70 years. That looks fantastic. And on this wall we can put the Sigurd dynasty banner. This will give us court grandeur bonus +1, glory hound vassal opinion +1, and it will give our knights, I believe, or commanders, advantage in plains +2, and this has 60 years. Fantastic. And if we zoom out, there we go. The Danelaw, we've got a new coat of arms for the Danelaw. We can nominate a successor for the Danelaw. We can hold court. I think we shall hold court. There's been a few changes whilst I was away in Scandinavia. Jarl Hastin has taken parts of Wales and become has created the Earldom of Gwynedd. So that's changed. The rest is, I guess, kind of how we left it. We've still got a dangerous faction. Let's hold court. In order to be a successful ruler, I must actually rule on the various dilemmas and situations which arise within my sphere of influence. By officially inviting all of my subjects to travel to my castle and petition me for aid, I will be able to stay informed, sway the balance of power, and visibly show the world that I am in charge. So we shall hear petitioners. To do this, we increase court grandeur, we increase our legitimacy, and invite our guests to petition us for assistance in whatever issues they may be having. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased. All faces turn towards mine expectantly. In front of me I count 3 petitioners, lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call them. Gesture for the first in approach. Hold court, a traitor uncovered. One of my guards approaches with my court physician, with my court doctor Ingridr in chains, trailing behind her. In chains. I caught Ingridr here in the process of sending sensitive information to foreign spies in Ulster. What should we do with her? We could lop her head off. We would gain dread, we'd gain piety, but it's an act of tyranny, and we would lose 20 legitimacy. I forgive once, do not betray me again, and we'd get a strong hook on Ingridr. I have different plans for her, so we could imprison her. Nobody would think we was a tyrant because we have a fair reason. She would lose opinion. So Ingridr did treat our son and probably cured him of measles. However, you know, we go back to this: ambitious, wrathful and callous. Has she done enough for Halfdan to forgive? I don't think she did enough for him to forgive, but maybe the fact that she saved our son from the measles saves her life, and so we will lock Ingridr up. She's alive, we may release her at another point. The second in line, celebrating another culture. My vassal, Reeve Ethelwald, approaches me, muttering under his breath like he often does. My lord, I have a brilliant idea. How about we host a fair, or perhaps even a festival for the common folk, to expose them to one of the different cultures in our beautiful kingdom? Ethelwald explains his idea further, until he realises that he's dangerously close to over-explaining it. It'll cost money, but I'm sure it will help foster a more positive relationship between our people. We hold a big festival celebrating both our cultures. We'd lose 75 gold, the cultural acceptance between Norse and Anglo-Saxon would increase, and Reeve Athelwald would gain opinion on us. We could host a small Anglo-Saxon fair in Jorvik. We'd use some gold, cultural acceptance increases again, and a little bit of opinion increase with Reeve Athelwald. Hold an exhibit in Anglo-Saxon lands to show them the Norse greatness. We lose 15 gold, we've got 215, so we've got plenty. The cultural acceptance between Norse and Anglo-Saxon increases by 5, Reeve Athelwald loses 10 opinion, but we are very pro-Norse, so we will hold an exhibit in Anglo-Saxon lands to show them the Norse greatness. And then finally, indirect espionage. My guest, Gyda, has approached my throne with a smirk on her face and bows deeply. Greetings, Your Majesty. During my recent trip to the Earldom of Gwynedd, Jarl Hastin, I learned some fascinating tidbits about several of Jarl Hastin's subjects. I would be happy to share these with you for a price. A hefty sum, but I cannot afford to remain ignorant. So we pay 50, possible outcomes, reveals every secret she knows, or does not know any secrets, so she could be bluffing. Nobody exhorts me in front of my own guard sees her. We gain 12 dread, we imprison her. This is an act of tyranny, and our subjects lose opinion. Also, Gyda loses opinion. Or, begone, rumourmonger, my court has no place for the likes of you. We gain court grandeur, and she leaves our court. I mean, yeah, I think nobody exhorts me in my own court. Guards seize her. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere. Others remain, talking amongst themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon the ceremonial formality of the proceedings has dropped away entirely, with the hum and bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. My business here is done. We gain 6 court grandeur and 50 legitimacy. So, we are about 35 minutes into this episode, and I think that's a decent place to draw it to a close. We formed the Danelaw. That was one of our first key goals, and I'm glad we finally got that done after all those wars. We had quite a bit of luck. A number of revolts back in our own land ended quickly due to the leaders dying of some terrible disease, but you know, I think that's divine intervention. Odin saw what you were trying to do and struck you down. Therefore, we are right in what we are doing by possessing this land, and the Norse gods are fully behind us. So yeah, we will draw it to a close. Thank you once again for joining me. It's 4 episodes in, so that means this is only the 4th video that I've posted. I didn't expect things to suddenly skyrocket and have subscriptions and masses of viewers, but look, I have been very pleasantly surprised that viewing figures are increasing, which is great, and a couple of subscribers, which I am so pleased about. So if you have subscribed, if you are one of the 2, thank you very much. Drop me a comment, just say hi. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to say thank you. I really appreciate it. And if you did like this video, yes, drop me a like. A follow would be great. Send me a comment of what you think I should be doing next now the Danelaw's formed. Of course, constructive criticism would be good. How's the sound going? I'm still getting used to the setup and the technology. I did a few test records before this one, and for some reason it seemed to be really loud. I don't know why. So I did try and make some adjustments. So if this has suddenly blasted everybody's ears out, I do apologise. But we shall leave it there. Come back for episode 5 as Halfdan decides where his kingdom will go next. So thanks very much. Look after yourselves, everybody, and cheers!